Come shout it
Nothing special today.
out. Something special, all right? Glad you're here. How about in the room? Anything special you'd like or not like, or
I thought yesterday was fabulous.
was that the core day?
Well, it was a little core, but it was everything, huh?
Yeah, that was good. I went home and had my husband try out that,
Oh,
that rib thing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, the rib thing was good.
I thought it was great too.
Okay, good, good. Well, we'll do similar today. I always like to go like head to toe, front to back, top to bottom, and then
Yeah.
and see what's happening here. So let's start lying down today. Go ahead and just lay down on your back. I'm gonna leave the door open. If it gets too cold, just let me know. So lay down on your back. Feet can be flat to the floor, knees bent, or feet can be extended. However you want to show up here is just fine. And then just begin to take your head gently and rock it side to side. Looking to the right and to the left, and you can go slow, and eyes can be closed if you like. If you find a spot that you just want to hold, you can do that. Oh. We're just starting on our backs today. It's nice and easy, moving the head side to side. But a few more rounds. If you feel like stopping and just holding the head straight up at any time, you can do that. You're still moving side to side, start to slow it down so you pause. Bringing it to the other side, last one, just pausing. Gentle stretch through the neck, top of the shoulder maybe. Bring it back to center, and then here you'll interlace your hands behind the head. So just let the head rest in the hands, and let the elbows draw out wide. And breathe. Breathe into the shoulders, the back body. The elbows reach towards the floor. And then point the elbows towards the ceiling. So you're wrapping the forearms around the temples. Tuck the chin to the chest, elongate the back of the neck. So don't lift the head just yet, just elongate and lengthen. And that might be where you want to stay. You can just stay there. Or you gently curl the head up, and you're using the hands to do that. You can rock a bit side to side, or let your elbows move a little side to side, moving the neck from side to side, or just pause and hold. You might feel the core body turn on a little bit too, that's fine. Or if your neck's really stiff, just keep the head on the floor. Take a couple more breaths. You can play with curling up using core strength, or relaxing, but letting the head just rest in the hands. It's so tricky to let the head just rest. Really tricky, breathing. And very slowly, you'll lower the head, keep the hands behind the head. And let the elbows go out wide again. And then very gently slide the hands out from under the head. Bring the elbows to 90 degrees. So goalpost arms or cactus arms. And then you'll gently straighten the elbows, reaching the arms, like sliding the hands overhead on the floor to wherever they can go, just straightening-ish, and then rebend the elbows, pulling the elbows out and down. And then again, straighten, slide the hands up, or they can float above the floor a little bit, reaching overhead. And then bend the elbows and just let it rest, like let there be a pause. A couple more times. Straightening-ish the elbows. They may not go straight, that's all right. You can even hook the thumbs above your head. Get really long and then bend the elbows, just coming back down. One more time, sliding, reaching, maybe hooking the thumbs. And then bring the elbows back to cactus and let it rest, pause. And then bend the knees. If they aren't, bring the feet to the floor and feet wide apart to the edges of the mat even. And let the knees, you'll just drop one knee into center. The other one will stay up. And then you'll switch. One knee up, one knee drops the other knee to center. And then switch. So you might feel this through the hip, the front of the hip. You might feel it through the ribs or the waist or the side of the body. It's moving back and forth here. And if you want to let it get a little bigger and windshield wipe both knees over to one side, you can do that. And there's no hurry, no hurry. Relax your shoulders. You can even take the head in the opposite direction, linking all these movements together, elbows out wide, head can rock side to side, knees go to the other side. Just that alone is good for the brain. Look over one shoulder as the knees go to the opposite side. A few more rounds of this, just gently moving, bringing blood flow, movement, oxygen to the body. And then bring it back to center, both feet to the floor. And you'll walk the feet a little closer together so the heels land basically under the knees. And then bring the arms all the way down by the sides. And you're going to grip the edges of your mat with your hands. So hold on to the mat. And then press the feet down and start to scoop the hips up, lifting up into bridge, holding the edges of the mat. And then there, when you get to the top, tuck the shoulders gently underneath you and pull the mat towards the feet, down and a little bit out, away from the midline, and pulling the mat apart. Good. And then you'll untuck the shoulders if they're tucked and lower down. You can come down one vertebrae at a time, articulating through that lower spine, or at one piece, just lowering everything at once. And then you'll do that again. Tuck the tailbone, slowly lift up. When you get to the highest point, you'll tuck the shoulders under you, pull the mat to the feet and apart, really anchoring the upper arm bones down. Good. And then untuck the shoulders, slide them out, and then slowly lower, maybe one vertebrae at a time, like you're setting down a string of pearls. Relax at the floor. We'll do that one more time. Plant the feet, curl the tailbone up, lifting up into bridge. When you get to the highest point, tuck the shoulders under you, wrap them under one at a time, and then pull the mat to the feet and apart, anchoring the upper arm bones. Lift a little bit higher, squeezing the glutes and thighs. And then untuck the shoulders and lower down just one vertebrae at a time. And then relax the pelvis, relax the legs, pause. Ungrip your mat, relax your hands. And then from here, you'll draw the right knee up into the chest. You can interlace either behind the hamstring or in front of the shin, and then stretch the left leg out long on the earth. And you can rock side to side a little bit, or rotate the foot in a few slow circles. Good, and then take hold of the right knee in your left hand, and you'll cross it over your body, rolling up onto the left hip, and extend the right arm out to the right. And then if you can, you'll turn your gaze to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Relax the right shoulder to the ground. Feel that easy twist through the center of the body. Good, and then come back to center. Give the knee a nice squeeze up towards the chest and then over to the right shoulder a little bit. Take it to the side and up a little higher. And then extend the right leg out alongside the left. Take a moment there, take your arms overhead and really stretch through the whole body. And then draw the left knee in, interlace your hands either in front of the shin or behind the hamstring, and maybe rock a little bit side to side. You'll feel the hip flexors at the front of the thigh and the hip rotators, the external rotators at the back of the hip and the side of the hip. You can take your foot in a few circles, bringing blood flow to the joint, to the ankle. And from here, you'll hold the left knee in the right hand and cross it over the body. You roll up onto the right hip. You can even scoop the hips left an inch or so, and then see if the left arm can extend or unfold out to the left. And maybe turn the head, turn the gaze left. And boy, my left side is always a lot tighter than my right. And I don't know about you, but just wherever those extra tight spots are, we tend to resist them or react to them, and see if instead you can breathe. Breathe and soften and maybe have a mantra like letting go or welcoming in some movement, whatever it might be. Just accepting, allowing, witnessing, and being willing to accept change. Slowly come back onto your back. You'll just draw that left knee in a little closer. Maybe take it up to the left shoulder. So off to the left and up a little squeeze. And then extend the leg out long. You can wiggle your body to center if it's scooted off the center of the mat. Stretch the arms overhead. Make some fists and roll the wrists in slow circles. Roll the ankles in some circles. Notice if they go opposite direction, can they go same direction? Like what happens if you bring some mindfulness to this movement? Then stretch really long through the fingers, through the toes, and then bend both knees. They could go one at a time or together, up into the chest. Wrap your forearms around the shins, reaching for your elbows. If you can't reach the elbows, hold a wrist or hold your hands. The chin slightly to the chest, tailbone slightly to the floor. And then if you can, you lift up. So chin to chest, curl up, bringing the forehead towards the knees. And that may not lift. If it doesn't lift, it's okay. Squeeze in a little tighter, everything into center, hold and breathe. Lower the head back down, stay there, stay and breathe. And then loosen the grip on your knees, hold a knee in each hand, and we'll just take frog circles. The knees circle away from each other, out towards like a happy baby or frog, and then back to center. So 4 circles in this direction, slow, go slow, no hurry. Maybe even try to let the legs relax into the hands instead of the legs doing the work. Let the arms do the work. Slow circles. Good, and then circle the other way. Just slow, intentional, full of like your attention here. Noticing the hips. Maybe they've had some trauma or surgeries or whatever, and notice, just breathe and feel into your body. Good, and then draw the knees in, give them a gentle squeeze, take your arms overhead, roll to your right side, and you'll press yourself up to seated. Come all the way up. Ah, we made it up. Come into a cross-legged position right here. And then take your arms and stretch them up. And then you're gonna hinge forward. And let the hands drop to the floor, maybe elbow points to the floor, maybe forehead to the floor. Use your hands to walk it back up. Switch the cross of your legs. So we often go on the one that's the easiest, go to the other side. If you can, if the knees don't allow, don't do it. Reach up and then come forward. Or not, you can just walk forward too, Rennie. That's not wrong, it's fine. Soften the elbows, drop the head, breathe into the back of the body. Good, and then walk yourself back up using your hands, and we'll come forward to tabletop. Come onto the hands and knees, so the feet can go to the side, or you can cross the ankles. Get grounded here through the hands, and then we'll press up into cat pose first. So arching the back first, tuck the tailbone, arching that spine, and then drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, cow. And then again, pressing up into cat, nice and slow. And then cow, drop the belly, soften between the shoulder blades, maybe stretch the eyes up to the ceiling or closed. One more time, cat pose, just push the floor away. And then moving through cow, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone, lift the chest. And then come to neutral, a flat back. I like to bring my knees a little closer in for this one. Coming into bird dog, you'll stretch the right leg behind you and the left arm in front of you. And look down, I'm gonna pull into the center. So you're pulling those front ribs in and up towards the spine, pulling the belly button in. Get a little bit longer if you can. And then set it down, hand and knee down. We'll just switch sides. Left leg goes back, right arm comes forward. Moving from your center, good Pam, good Kelly. Yes, and breathing here. Good, and then coming back to tabletop, and we'll sit back into child's pose. You can bring the knees farther apart, hips towards the heels, arms of your choice. Maybe you need the support of the forearms. So maybe you can drop the chest down and forehead down. Maybe you want to stretch the arms out in front of you, elongating and lengthening through the underside of the arms, the sides of the body. Good, and then you'll rise back up to tabletop. You'll tuck the toes under. We're coming to a forward fold at the back of the mat. So walk your hands back and press up to your feet. Rocking back so the feet are nice and even on the floor. You can shake the head, yes and no, or move side to side. So walk the hands all the way back to the feet. So you're the standing forward fold. Arms can dangle, maybe sway, maybe you pedal it out, bending one knee at a time. That really, for me, gets into my outer hips. And I just kind of walk in place here. hamstrings, checking in. Yeah, the heels can lift or try to keep the heels on the ground. So the hips will move side to side. Get a little more into all those little attachments. Find that center line, pause right here, maybe shake your head a couple times, yes and no. My teacher used to say, no more tension. What are you a yes for right now? Good. And then bring your hands to your hips and you'll bend the knees slightly, look forward, rise all the way up to stand. Press the feet down. Good. Circle the arms up, big breath in. Draw the hands down through the heart, back down to your sides. We'll do that again. Inhale, full breath, reaching. Exhale, draw the hands all the way down. One more time, big breath, circle it up. And then bring the hands just to the heart. Pause, close your eyes. Setting an intention for your day. It can be an I am statement. My mind always goes to I am enough. It's one that self-worth that I work with and struggle with constantly. But maybe it's I am strong, or I am peaceful, or I am calm. Or maybe it's a different type of statement today. Let your arms come down by your sides. You're going to walk up to the front of your mat. And then see if you can bring your big toes to touch and heels about 1 inch apart. So it's a little different feeling to stand, just really intentional. And you want to squeeze the outer shins in, and then you'll feel the legs kind of light up. Good. And then with the pelvis, you want the tailbone to go down and the belly button to pull back. So then there's a strength right here in the core. Keep pressing outer shins in. And then take the shoulders, the sides of the body up, back, and then just stretch the fingers down towards the floor. So it's full intention through the whole body. And then crown of the head to the ceiling. You feel this uplift like a little string. Good. And then from there, inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Bring the hands through the heart center, bend the knees slightly, exhale, bow. That's it. Keep the feet together. Halfway lift, hands to the shins. Lengthen the spine, pull the outer shins in. So squeeze in, exhale, forward fold, like you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Inhale, it's like a reverse swan dive. You're gonna look forward and reach the arms sideways and up, like a little string pulling you to the ceiling. Hands through the heart center, bow forward again. Little bend in the knees if you need. Press down through the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Pull the heart forward, flat back, more flat. Yes. Exhale, bow back down, drop the head. Reverse swan dive, inhale, look forward, rise up. Reach up even higher. One more time, exhale, slowly dive forward. Bend the knees as much as you need. Squeeze those legs together. Halfway lift, hands to the shins. Unfold the spine, really find length. There's hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold, dive back down, reverse swan dive, inhale, rise all the way up, and then bring your hands to the heart. Keep the feet together, bend the knees like you're sitting back into a chair, and then sweep the arms forward and up. Chair pose, feet together today. You might even squeeze the knees together. There's those inner thigh muscles. Good. Try to straighten the elbows if you can. If you need to bring the arms forward, that's okay. But lengthen the sides of the body. Pull the shoulders back. Stretch through the fingers. Take a breath in. Good, Kelly. Exhale, bow forward. Empty it out. Drop the head. Halfway lift. Hands to shins or fingers to the floor. And then this time we'll step the left foot back. I'm going to step it back and stay high on the ball of the foot. And then come on up. Crescent lunge. If you need to bring the foot flat, that's fine. That's a warrior one. Perfect. Linda, right there. And then the arms will go forward and up. Breathing. So just like in that standing mountain pose, inner thigh squeeze in. Your both legs are pressing in towards the midline. Stretch up and a little bit back. And then bring your hands back down to the right foot. Step forward, left foot comes up. Step the right foot back. So right here, before I even rise up, I look down to make sure I'm not on a tightrope. If my feet are on the same line, it makes it hard. Good. Then you float the fingers, moving from the core, sweep it forward and up. Find a spot for your gaze. Breathing, focusing. Good, Pam. Get that left big toe mound rooted. Good, Julia. Try to spread the toes out, especially if you've got bunions and things going on. You're trying to spread the toes out. Yes, good. Bring the hands back down. Bring that front foot, step forward, right foot to left. See if you can bring the big toes to touch. Heels an inch apart, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Reach the arms forward and up. Good. And then stand up. Keep the legs together if you can. Stand all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your side. Okay, step the feet apart. Take a little twist side to side. How'd that feel? Good. Feel the legs a little bit. Good. Good job. Just kind of swinging the arms, gently twisting side to side. Nice. And then right here, so you're all this way, we'll step the right foot back and turn your feet to parallel. So you'll face that side wall. Perfect. And then look down at your feet. You want to make sure the heels are on one line. And that if you were to measure, one leg length would fit between your feet. So it's like one leg length apart. So I'd go a little wider too. Yeah.
Are my legs that long?
Your legs aren't that long.
Okay. Nice to know.
I'll have to get a stick sometime and measure. Okay, now you're going to turn the right toes to the right. And then the alignment here is front foot to back arch. If you were to draw a line, it could be back heel or back arch. Perfect. And then bend the right knee, coming into warrior two. And then open and float the arms up. Good. So we have the mirror, which could be a tool, those of you in the room here. And what you want to look for if you're looking in the mirror is that the spine is straight up and down. So you're not leaning to the right. So if you find your tailbone, you want to take the tailbone towards the right. So the pelvis goes a little bit more like, here, I'll come over here. Yes, exactly. So it's like, instead of that, it goes like that. And then this knee keeps moving that way. Yes. And shoulders go back. And you breathe. It looks amazing. Very good. And then we'll switch sides. So straighten the right leg. I like to relax the arms, but you don't have to. Turn the right toes in. Be intentional, like watch what's happening. Turn the left toes out. Heel in line with arch if you were to draw a line. Float the arms up. Try to feel the spine in that nice straight line. Then bend the left knee without leaning forward. So the tailbone moves towards the left and the left knee bumps left. So all these little muscles, learning new ways of being. Maybe stretch the toes out on the mat a little more. So especially if you're prone to that bunion and the bone presses, you're trying to get the toe in line with the bone. Good. Now straighten the left leg, relax the arms. Hi. No, you're fine. Turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out, float the arms up, breathe in, bend the right knee, warrior two, and then flip the right palm up, reverse your warrior or humble warrior. Good. Actually, exalted warrior. Yes, now keep that right knee bent. Bend it a little deeper, that front knee. Good. And then bring the right forearm down to the right thigh. Take the left arm up towards the sky. And you want to push down a little bit into the right forearm. So you're lifting away from it as if you could lift it, nothing changes in the body. So you're really in that core body again. Press into both feet, maybe stretch your toes out on the mat. And then let the left arm pull you up. Come on up, switch sides, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out, open the arms, bend the knee, be intentional, land right in your warrior two. Flip the left palm up, go backwards. Go the other way for staring, reach up, left arm. Good, and then bring it forward. Side angle, left forearm to thigh, right arm goes up or overhead. Nice, Rennie. Good, Linda. You want that sense of lifting away from. If you were to take that left arm away, would everything stay the same? One more breath. And then let that right arm pull you to stand. Feet to parallel, hands on the hips, lift up into the chest, and then dive forward. Wide leg, forward fold. And bring your hands to the floor or block. It's another fun place to kind of shake the head. Yes and no, no more tension. What is your intention? Yes, for your intention. I am, fill in the blank. As long as it's positive. Good, and then right there, you'll lift to a flat back and plant the left hand right underneath you. So left palm flat, and then take the right arm and twist open to the right. Now press evenly into the feet, pull the front ribs in, lengthen through the whole sides of the body from tailbone to crown. Yes, and then switch. You'll bring the right hand down and twist to the left. And breathe. Good. And then set the left hand down. Now walk it around to your right foot, the foot at the back of your mat. Turn the toes right, lift the left heel, lunge facing the back of your mat. Perfect, Linda. Yes, Julia. Plant the left hand, twist open to the right. So lunge, twist. Good, Pam. Yes, good. Expanding through the ribs, a little gentle twist through that thoracic spine. And then bring your hands to the inside of the right foot, and you're gonna walk all the way around to the front, pivoting the feet, left toes forward, right heel lifts, plant the right hand, twist open to the left, and breathe. Good, bring the left hand down. This time you'll step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. And maybe pedal it out or walk in place. Pressing down deeply into the knuckles and the length of each finger. Good, and then look forward, walk forward, walk your feet up your mat, maybe to the middle even. Bring your hands to your hips, press down, rise up. Sweep the arms up. And then bring the hands down to the heart. Good. And then bring the arms down by your side. Shoulders okay?
Yeah.
Feeling things.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we'll do a little bit of balance. So if you'd like to come to a wall or a bar, you can do that. And we're gonna do today, we're gonna go airplane first. So I'll talk you through it. So the airplane, and then from airplane, we'll come up knee to chest. And then we'll fold it and open. So usually we do standing leg raise to airplane. We're gonna do it opposite today. It's like opposite day. Okay, so arms down. You're gonna root down into your left foot. So press the left foot firmly into the floor, but also there's a little bit of a lightness. And then slide the right toes back, find that big lift through the spine and then hinge forward. Airplane, you wanna like look to where you're going, like find a spot to just let the eyes like connect with. Listen to the sound of your breath. If you can press a little more evenly into both legs. Good, and then you'll transition up through standing, draw the right knee up towards the chest and hold it in the right hand. Take your left arm to the left. It can hold the bar or a wall and open the right knee to the right. And then just like at the floor, see if you can look left, look the opposite of the knee. Very good. Bring it back to center and set the right foot down next to the
Or
left.
drop it.
Or drop it, and you can wiggle it all out. We'll try the other side. So rooting through the right foot, arms down, slide the left toes back. First, get that big lift through the whole body and then hinge forward. Begin to airplane pose. Squeeze the triceps, the backs of the arms. Notice where you're looking. Notice where your attention is going. Notice what you're telling yourself. Slowly transitioning up through standing to kneaded chest. Left knee comes up and you hold it. Right arm goes out right. And then open the left knee left. Maybe look to the right. Good work. I love that you can let the knee go and hold the bar or the wall, or let the knee go and see what happens. Good. Bring it back to center and set the left foot next to the right. Standing tall, shoulders draw back and down. Then tree pose. You'll bring the attention to the left foot again, and the right foot comes up somewhere on the left leg. It can be foot to thigh, foot to calf. Nice, Kelly. You can float the arms up, 4 hands apart center. Good, good. Yes, twisting the arms as needed, touch down when needed. And then returning both feet to the floor, arms down. Last one, left foot comes up to the right leg. So balancing takes this presence, balance, in life, it's like not too much, not too little. It's like finding that just right amount. Your life's in balance. There's enough time for self-care mixed in with caring for others. Like balance, mentally balanced, physically balanced with doing and being. We all have different levels of balance, of needs. Honoring yours. Good. Bring the arms down, set the left foot back down next to the right. Come on up to the front of your mat. Try bringing big toes to touch, heels an inch apart, outer legs squeeze in. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, bow forward, hinging from the top of the thighs, long spine. Halfway lift, hands to shins or fingers to the floor. Find a flat back. Step back, high plank. So plant the palms, step your feet to the back of the mat. Let's hold this. I want you to imagine you're standing, right? This is mountain pose on its side. You have to work a little harder through the front of the body here, but try to find the balance. Where can you soften? Where can you lengthen? Can you draw the crown of the head farther forward? Last 5 seconds. And then you'll lower all the way down onto your belly. And then just make a pillow out of the forearms here and rest your forehead on your backs of your hands. Soften your belly, your abdomen, your pelvis, your legs. And then you'll bend the knees here and just windshield wipe the lower leg side to side. Just nice and easy. Bring it back to center, release the feet to the floor. And then you'll come up onto the forearms here. So a version of Sphinx pose. And the left forearm will go across the mat. Left forearm's gonna support you. Bend the right knee. See if you can catch the right foot. You may or may not. Nice. And then there's a couple ways to work here. You can just kind of hang out where you are. You can also press into the left forearm, puff the chest up, and kick the foot into the hand, which is more opening for the shoulder. Or you can stay in that puffed up version through the chest, but instead of kicking, you'll squeeze the heel in, which is a little more for the quad. And they're two different feelings. And maybe the foot's a little harder to catch because of the knee or the hip, and then just be where you can. You can just be in Sphinx on the both forearms. Nice. Let that go. We'll come back down to the forearms. So make a pillow, rest your head, take a breath, let it go. Come back up to the forearms, Sphinx pose, and this is the spot you're welcome to stay. It's a great place to stay. Or right forearm goes across the mat, bend the left knee, catch the foot. It can be pretty effortless, or it can be a little more full of effort. Kicking the foot into the hand, press the pubic bone down, pelvis down. So that's like a half bow, opening the chest and shoulder, or squeeze the heel in. Getting a bigger quad stretch. This side's a little tighter.
Feels good. And it's always tighter.
The left side's always tighter.
Yeah.
Nice job. Gently let that go. We'll come back one more time down onto the forearms. You can just be in stillness here, or if you want to windshield wipe the lower legs, you can do that. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to press back to child's pose. Go all the way up and back. Big toes touch, hips to heels. And then thread the right arm underneath the left here. So we'll thread the needle. Good, and then switch sides. And then come back to center and up into tabletop. And then you have a choice here. You can either slide the right leg forward into half pigeon, or you can come onto your back, especially if you've got knee stuff or hip stuff, and cross the right ankle over the left thigh for reclined pigeon. Hands go behind the left hamstring. And a little flex through that right foot wherever you are. Yes, good. Good choices.
Should my arms be up here or here?
Wherever you want them to be. Yeah, I would see if you can bring the right knee to the right a little bit more. Like that. Good. Yes. You feel that? And if you can, let the head drop. Up. Bring your attention to your breath. And you'll gently switch to the other leg. You're on your back or half pigeon. You'll carefully switch to the other side. Good job, Linda. Feeling into the hip crease, the hip flexors, the abdominal, the inner organs, abdominal muscles and inner organs, especially in the lower pelvis. Lower spine, the lower back, sacrum, attachments along the back side of the pelvis. Just noticing what you notice here in your body today. And I say today because often we attach to what once was or what we think it should be versus being right where you are. I'm guilty of that too. Today is a little different. Our cells shed and change and regrow, and every day is new. New opportunities. New possibilities. You'll slowly come up, and if you're on your back, you'll roll up to seated. So you're going to come up to a seat and take your legs out wide, like a little V. And shake them out or move a little bit. And then decide which way I'm going to face. I think I'll face you guys. I'll do a mirror thing. So you'll bend the right knee. So the right knee will come in. You'll bend your right knee. And then you're going to turn the body to the right. So like you're trying to turn the belly towards the right leg, but we're not staying there. If you want, you can stay here if you feel enough. But otherwise, you're going to lean left. Lean over the straight leg. And I like to set my elbow down either on my thigh or on the floor or a block if I have it, and rest my head on my fist. Yes. And then with the right arm, it can go up and overhead, and you just want it to like kind of drape. So my favorite way to work here is to cradle my head and kind of try to point the left elbow or right elbow towards the ceiling, rolling open, and wow, I feel all this opening along that right side where we're looking. Yeah, shining a light on that right side. That lateral, that side to side bending, it's not a way we often move in our life, but it is a very important plane of movement. Sometimes these side bends and opening up the ribs and the side base can unlock the hips in a whole new way, and breathing, and shoulders. You'll let that right arm just pull you up. And we'll switch sides. How'd that feel?
Good.
Great. Okay, good. Take the right leg out, left knee bends in. Start by turning. So you're trying to rotate the rib cage to the left, then lean to the right. So the whole time you're here, you keep rotating the rib cage left. Then however you want to support the head with your fist or with your hand. You kind of point the elbow up, keep trying to rotate that body left, breathing, noticing, listening. Often we hit those big walls of resistance and we resist. And those walls of resistance are a spot to lean in instead of resist. Lean in and welcome and open. It's there for a reason. And softening and seeing if you can like unlock some of those really tight, foreign, unusual areas often ignored. You'll slowly come on up. Then we'll come to Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, but scoot the sitting bones back. So you have lots of space. And then you'll just tuck the chin and really gently round forward. Very gently, inch by inch. You're aiming for your head to be cradled by your feet someday. Or if you have some blocks you can place there or something to help the head rest, you can do that. If you don't have anything, that's okay. Breathe into the back of the lungs, the back of the body. Slowly ease your way up. And then you can either lay down for Shavasana, or if you feel like sitting, you can do a seated meditation today. So it's up to you. You can either lay down on your back, stretching your body out, or you can sit maybe up on a block or seated. We'll do this quick meditation. So either laying down, you can cover yourself if you have something. Or if you're sitting, you'll let your eyes gently close. Wherever you are, let yourself be exactly as you are. Just noticing the sounds in the space, the sounds that are close, sounds that are a little farther away. Noticing your breath. See if you can find a spot on your body that you can most easily feel your breath. It might be your abdomen or your chest, it might be your nostrils. If you have a mask on, you might notice the breath inside the mask. The warmth, the cooler inhale, the warmer exhale. Let your attention rest on wherever you can most easily feel and notice your breath. Just pick one spot and stay there. You might continue to be aware of sounds. but try to bring all your attention to where you can most easily experience and feel and notice your breath. Settle on one spot, just stay right there. Thoughts arise as they will. Just let them go. Bring your attention right back to where in your body you can most easily feel your breath. Let your thoughts just come and go. Let the sounds rise and fall. Things are happening around you and within you. Keep your focus, your attention somewhere on your body that you can most easily experience your breath. Stay with that one spot. Often as you disappear, just come right back. As often as you forget, remember. Sounds come and go, thoughts rise and fall. Acknowledge them, but then return your attention to where on your body you can feel your breath. Let go of that focus. Just let go of any control. Just open up your awareness. Everything that exists right now in this moment. Then this moment. Just opening your awareness. All your senses. Letting go of control, just take it all in. Wherever you are, if you're on your back or seated, you can begin to move your fingers and toes slightly, just bring some sensations back into your body. If you're lying on your back, you'll gently bend your knees. Roll to a comfortable side and make your way up to a seated position. If you're sitting, you can stay or wiggle or rock or move or take some deep breaths. Close your eyes once you get upright. Touch the palms of your hands together. Bring your thumbs to your heart center, so right in front of your body, and you can return to your intention, whatever was there earlier. And if it doesn't ring true now, maybe there's something new. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead center, and right here, we just take a moment to acknowledge and see and be with each other. So thank you for showing up. Hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you, thank
you.
you. Have a great day. Thank you at home.
Thanks, Lisa.
You are welcome. Bye, Pam. Bye, Kelly.
Bye. Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
You too.